Hey, what's up? I'm Crimson Mockingbird, and I'll be somewhat continuing down the rabbit hole that is Trials and Tainted space. So here's the thing. After I recorded the last video and I saved, come up until I checked, what was it, last Wednesday, I was like, you know what, I'm going to try and do it every week. You know, just try. Load it up. My save data was gone. I'm pretty sure it wasn't from them, I'm pretty sure it was on my side, so I lost that save and I had to rebuild it from scratch. Took me a couple tries because sometimes I would run into events that, you know, we hadn't experienced yet, so I was like, no, that's a cool part, so I don't want to ruin it. So we're here. We're back at that one place. I don't exactly remember everything that happened, so we're gonna try and just continue on with it. Memo. What's this about a memo? She shrugs before, right before Victor died, he sent out a company-wide memo, told us to operate independently for the time being and not to treat you too special. I guess you're not the CEO just yet. That's an understatement. Don't worry, I'm sure you'll take the... I have no idea what that is. By the range before too long. You look like the kind of girl who could manage the company if I'm any judge. Knew him? Did you know my dad? You asked. The way she was talking about him after all. The Asher girl, grins and nods. You could say that, she says cheekily. Oh, ew. She snickers, covering her mouth. Sorry, but yeah, I did. Can I get a discount? Oh, what's this? Nah, my current one is better, I think. Let's find out about herself. Blah blah blah. Da 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 da. Ooh, wait, what? So yeah, God, you know how you can have all the deep thoughts in the world, but when someone asks you about yourself, you're like, I like hamburgers or something. Let's see, my parents are old money something cousins of His Royal Highness, the Star King of Azoril, 50 times removed or so, you know the type. They spend all their time going to charity balls and other assorted rich people stuff. I've got a crazy little sister who's into video games and pretending she's a wizard or whatever. She's a hoot, though we aren't exactly close these days, working on other ends of the galaxy and all. Wait, you mean Siri? Hey, if you see her, tell me I said right meat, bitch. Oh, that's awesome. What else can... blah blah blah. I'm sure that's very important stuff about the planet we're on. No, about the area of the planet we're on, Nova Home, or the ship. I don't know. The locals seem very business. Join crew. Not yet. We aren't nearly high enough level for that, trust me. Let's see. Oh right, there's this crazy one. Dr. Badger. Nope, that's all we have. And look who the picture's done by. Dat Badger. Top quality. Top quality. But beyond that, oh, let's see. Blah, blah, blah. Find yourself. Okay, the door swings open easily as you push it at it, stepping cautiously inside. It's surprisingly dark in here, and you squint in an attempt to make out more than just a vague suggestion of the four walls around you. Suddenly, there's an overwhelmingly bright flash of light, and you find yourself thrown back up against the inside of the door as it slammed shut behind you. A shrill beeping fills your ears as your equipment overloads dramatically. The telltale tingle of an EMP pulse ringing through your head. You have just enough time to register that this all means you're completely defenseless when the feeling of claws digging lightly into your chest draws your attention to what exactly happened in front of you. There's someone there, holding you easily up against the door with one hand and leering as they do so. It doesn't take much to figure out that this must be Dr. Badger, with black fur covering their plump curvy body except for the white muzzle marking her as a muscled. There's a tight-fitting white nurse's shirt they're wearing not only presents them as some sort of medical professional, but also highlights their chest that shows her up as enthusiastically female. She notices you looking, and while one red-gloved hand keeps you pressed firmly against the wall, the other casually points your head downward, where you see she's not wearing any pants. That's just okay. The whole effect of her outfit and demeanor does rather scream Mad Doctor, although madly perverted probably seems a little more accurate. You look back up slowly, finally noticing her long purple highlighted black hair, now that your attention isn't being distracted by her startling you, finishing by looking into her deep green eyes as she finally speaks. So, she says, her voice somewhat between a growl and a purr. Now that you're quite done taking stock of me, I've got something I need to find out from you. She shifts, and suddenly she's got one hand around your throat, squeezing just hard enough to let you know that she could squeeze a little harder if she wanted to. Wow, that would be kind of scary. See, I operate a little outside the law, and I wouldn't want to run the risk of someone running off and telling the authorities. You're not one of those hero types, are you? She asked, staring you down intensely. Yes, tell the doctor that you're a hero. This might be a bad idea. No shit. I mean, seriously, she has her hand around you, and she seems very much into modification. Hint, hint. No, you're pretty sure telling her no would be the best way to keep your cerebellum intact. Oh, she looks down for a moment, seemingly to almost deflate as she relaxes a little. When she looks back up at you, you realize she looks a little disappointed somehow. Well, are you sure? She asks, hopefully. She steps a little to the side, still keeping you pinned up against the wall, but now letting you see the large, complicated looking machine behind her. It's some sort of ray gun by the look of it, but industrial size, some massive squatting mess of tangled wires and haphazardly bolted together metal, and the only thing you can say for sure about it is that it's very definitely pointing at you. Your eyes flick back to Dr. Badger, and she perks back up, seeing your wide-eyed expression. Heroes, she says with a hungry look, earn themselves a session with my patented bimbo making machine right over there. Between that ominous machine and the leering Dr. Badger herself, you're pretty quickly determined that saying the wrong thing here would have some fairly significant consequences. That said, something about her tells you that whatever she has in mind would probably be highly enjoyable if you're up to that sort of weirdness she seems to be all about. That is. So she concludes, licking her surprisingly plump lips. What do you say? Are you sure you're not a hero? Nope. Just here to shop. Just here to shop. I don't want to do anything. The doctor glares at you intently for a few seconds and then turns away with an exaggerated sigh. Fine, she releases you, walking back over to a cluttered workbench in the corner, more or less entirely uninterested in you now that you've turned out not to be the type of fun she was hoping for. What can I interest you in here, then? I'm a little low on stock at the moment, but I've got a shipment of pills that will get your engine revving. Mullins herself, not as much as I could have in person, but oh well. Anyway, she continues to you directly. What do you want? Job offer? I don't remember her ever mentioning a job. A job, you ask? Why would I take a job from you? For a second, Dr. Badger managed to look hurt despite all her mad scientist trappings. Why for science, surely? What other reason could you possibly need aside from assisting the pursuit of... She pauses, running one claw hand along the side of her skin-tight bodysuit and slapping herself on her considerable hump. The very best kind of knowledge. Sexual knowledge. You stare at her wordlessly. Not dignifying that with a response, eventually she rolls her eyes. Fine, she sighs. If you really need more mundane incentivization. Okay, I was like, then I'll just pay you. You stay silent, simply raising an eyebrow as she looks around at her ramshackle lab. She takes your hand. I know it doesn't look like I can even afford 4 solid walls, let alone spare enough credits to pay you for your time. But appearances can be deceiving. Money isn't my problem. My problem is not being able to spend it because I have to lay low. But that's where you come in. Turning away for a moment, she digs through a nearby pile of random tech and or garbage, eventually pulling out a small tablet. Flicking through a few menus, she brings up the image she was searching for and shows it to you. An official-looking mugshot of a Fennec Fox woman in a galactic police uniform. It's Penny. You recognize her easily. She's pretty unique after all. Dr. Badger turns the tablet back to herself, bringing up some additional information. I've been investigating, and it turns out if anyone did want to report my activities for some reason, then this is the closest UGS peacekeeper. If the good officer here was somehow no longer a problem, then I'd only have to worry about concerned citizens firing off long-distance messages to HQ, and those are much easier to intercept. Wait, you respond. Are you saying you want me to kill a UGC officer? Once again, Dr. Badger managed to look shocked, although this time it seemed genuine rather than put on. Oh no, of course not. What a senseless waste that would be. No, I'd just like you to give the lovely officer here some other priorities, and maybe a nice obedient disposition, together with a positive opinion of me. Oh, and you too, of course. Seeing your confused expression, she turns around again for a few seconds, turning back to hand you a small, weird-looking pistol. It looks like some ancient ray gun, something that would have turned up in the oldest holovids when they were trying to imagine what guns people would use in space. Despite the styling of it, it is quite compact and would be easy to conceal. That's my latest creation, Dr. Badger says as you examine the weapon in your hands. My portable, personalized Badger Bimbo Ray. Patent pending, she adds with a grin. Especially calibrated to work on this officer. Her eyes flick back down to the tablet for a second to remind herself of the details. Penny stationed on Mahanga. So all you need to do is point this at her and click, and the wonders of science will do the rest. As for how you should go about it, that's up to you. But if my information is correct, you might find her more amenable to the concept of becoming a big bimbo than you might think. Oh, and before I forget, it's specially calibrated to work on Penny, so don't try blasting away at the wildlife. All you'll do is drain the batteries. And with that, she seems to be done, turning back to busy herself on some other project buried in a pile of random parts. Dr. Badger doesn't even look at you as she says with a grin, "Good luck and remember to have fun." What's the point of science if you don't have fun with it? Quest item obtained. Bimbo Ray Gun. Okay. let's head on out there. Up. Enter ship. Oh yeah, and I got a new crew member, Azra. My appearance. There we go. So she's sort of like a shark lady, I guess is the best way I could describe it. I wish there was a picture. But beyond that, let's fly on out to manga. Down. Once we tell Penny about this, approach Badger warn her about Dr. Badger. Penny would probably have some opinions about Dr. Badger's plan. Who knows? Maybe she'd be into it, or maybe she'll have some idea about how to turn the tables on Dr. Badger instead. Let's see. You decide what best approach. Have you ever heard the name Dr. Badger? The name does ring a bell. Yeah, I think there was something about someone named that, some report or something. There's a bulletin put on about her a while ago, some mad scientist type that we're supposed to be on the lookout for. I remember thinking that if she was too extreme for Xenogen, then she must be really wild. I thought about chasing her down, but there's no information on where she is now. Just that she was reported to be somewhere in the area, plus I can't exactly leave my post to go hunting for some big catch. Yeesh, maybe it's a good idea that I didn't go after her. It says that here the official advice is to not try to bring her in with anything less than a full squad. That seems... I'm guessing a full squad would be, what, 4 to 5 people? At least? Yeah, with anything less than a full squad. Probably a full squad, like fully armored up and ready to go. Apparently the last time someone tried to do it single-handedly, she wiped the floor with them with all sorts of illegal mods and subdermal strength boosters. Wait, why do you ask? Have you had a run-in with her? Do you know where she is? Apparently she's worried that you could bring the authorities down on her, and she asked me to use this on you. She made it specifically for you in mind, apparently, so it won't work on anyone else. Trust me, if it could work on anyone else, I'm pretty sure I would have zapped her immediately to get this problem out of the way. Blah blah blah. That are renowned. Penny's expression is a mix of confusion and shock. The fact that a renowned and dangerous criminal is targeting her specifically enough to momentarily overcome her tough persona. Eventually she says, "Why? What does that do?" Blah 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 blah. You can read over the rest. Okay, so let's look at our options here. Zap Penny's out of the way because she's not into it. She wouldn't be into it enough to actually go bimbo. Turning Dr. Badger, you probably better to play it safe given how dangerous Dr. Badger seems to be. Get Penny to report her and have the professional sort it out. Or turn the tables. What? That does sound like it could be a fun plan. Show Dr. Badger just how much of a hero you can be. Also, it'd be nice to get back at her for some of that stuff. So Penny now has possession of the bimbo gun. So once she finds someone to, I don't know, like do something about it, then we can call it a day. Enter ship, fly to Tavros. No, let's see. Up. Oh, I didn't mean to go back down. I meant to go right, up, right. I have no idea what I just did. Did not mean to do that. Tarkus. Okay. Just a heads up, something weird's going on here. I saw a bunch of peacekeepers dropships coming down to the east of Nova, over by the rift, though I heard gunshots too, but it could be something worth checking out. Alternatively, get me the fuck out of here before Nova Home explodes or something. I want to get her out. I want her to be on my crew. I'm good. Era. I'm drunk. Okay, I'm apparently drunk. What? Do I currently have a crypt? Let's see. I have an electrified shock blade, a scoped pistol, and Atma armor. Oh, I forgot to go and get my rifle. Or do I already have my rifle? Fuck. Oh, I don't have the rifle. I need to go back. Nope. I need to go back. Get my rifle. Down. Because I should have already dealt with the robot. Give me my rifle. Carl. Chat. The robot. Yes. ZK rifle. Ooh, the ZK rifle is a fantastic piece of weaponry. Heavily modified, of course. Many with such a rifle choose to give it a name. What should I name it? You know what? I'm not gonna name it anything right now. If you guys have an opinion on what I should name it, then in the next part I'll name it that, and I'll reference it. Actually, I don't want to leave here yet, because I need to go sell some of my useless crap. Sell the mangoes. The mangoes are fine, but I'd rather get the credits for them. The spear, couldn't care less. I can sell those, I think. I can sell that. Can't sell the, I meant for, like, you know, to someone. Food. Kelly, sell. None of that. Shop. Wow, I have 20,000 credits. Bet 100. Bet 100. Wait, what was that last one? Drew attention to your codex. Fanny has sent you a message. It looks like she's found a way to reprogram the gun. Ooh, sweet. I actually was not planning on having that in this part, too. I think normally that takes a while, so. Penny grins and walks over. I have a nice little surprise for you. Oh, what is it? Well, you know our mutual friend, Dr. Badger. You mean the mad scientist who wants to turn me, wanted me to turn you into a bimbo pet? Yeah, I'm familiar with her. Penny blushes a little at that, but nods. Well, I found out that she's got some sort of nemesis. There's another doctor just a few buildings up from her on Nova Home that is apparently just as smart as she is, but the two of them do not get along. Seems a little weird that out of all the planets in the planet rush, the two evil scientists wind up right next to each other on the same one, doesn't it? Nova Home is the most lawless place out of everything that this rush has uncovered so far, so it kind of makes sense they both wind up there. Although I'm sure they're not exactly enjoying each other's company. So here's the plan. Take the ray gun thing to Dr. Lash and he'll reconfigure it to work on Dr. Badger instead of me. I haven't contacted him myself because he's also a wanted criminal, so I figured he would be too receptive to a UGC peacekeeper mentioning him. But I talked to some of my contacts and they're pretty sure he'd agree to it if it means shutting down Dr. Badger. So that's the plan then. Take this gun to Dr. Lash on Nova Home and get him to make it work on Dr. Badger, and after that you can finally see it in action. And Sorry about that. And all the way back. Enter ship. Fly. To Tarkus. Aw, still nothing. Doctor. Oh, that's him. Okay. Ugh. He looks creepy. No, we are not going to make a mess of his lab. No, we don't want to look at that. Ask about Dr. Badger's ray gun. Talk to Dr. Lash about the ray gun Dr. Badger gave you for Penny and see if he can't help you change it to work on her instead. So, you say hesitantly, aware that this will probably not be an enjoyable topic for him. You know that doctor who sat up just across from you? Doctor, he answers, and you give the impression you have spat that word with distaste if that didn't seem like too much of a waste of perfectly functional saliva. Calling someone a doctor implies they add something to the universe, and that they use their intellect to improve technology or at least people's health, and not as Dr. Badger does, actively try to reduce the intelligence of the population, all the while increasing their, I have no idea, damnable, I have no idea what that even is. The despairingly answer for what he thinks of her, you think out loud and say, well, what if I told you I've got a way we can take care of her? Gives a short, sharp rasp of a laugh. Please, I've tried to encourage her to move on myself in the past, but between her strength implants and the variety of mechanical traps she's got set up in her shack, all of our previous encounters have been a little better than stalemates. Leans forward, the light from his goggles dimming slightly as though he was narrowing his eyes at you. And what makes you think you could succeed where I failed? He's clearly trying to be intimidating, but you've seen worse by now than some six-armed scientist. Standing your ground, you shrug nonchalantly. Well, she gave me this ray gun to use on someone. She wanted taken out of the way, you say, taking out the gun and showing it to him. And I was thinking, wouldn't it be a shame if it just happened to zap Dr. Badger herself with it instead? There's a pause as Dr. Lash regards the weapon in your hand, and then suddenly the lights on his goggle go wide. Of course, it's so simple. Why didn't I think of it? He starts speaking quickly, one of his hands cradling his chin while the other gestures wildly. She's protected from physical assault and all sort of electrical incapacitation too, no doubt. But she wouldn't make herself immune to her own technology, or else she couldn't keep making herself so ridiculously sexual. So if we turn her own weapon against her, then we'll be able to... He stops. He's been facing away from you, talking mostly to himself, but now he turns back and fixes you with another curious stare. Did she say what this weapon did by any chance? You answer with a nod. She called it a portable, personalized Badger Bimbo Ray, so I'm guessing it's pretty straightforward. I was afraid of that. Dr. Lash is silent for a few moments, rubbing his chin and with his brow furrowed in thought. I wouldn't expect anything less from someone like her, but the question is, dare I lower myself to that level? Can I bring myself to make someone a hypersexual bimbo? He puts air quotes around that word with two of his spare hands, clearly finding it too distasteful to utter without removing himself from it as much as possible, even if it's to save many others from the same or worse. He seems genuinely conflicted by this, so you try to help him out. Yeah, the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few, right? Ah, excellent point, he responds, nodding slowly. Some actions, while distasteful, are necessary for the greater progress. And if we confront Dr. Badger now with her own designs, we'll only be stopping her from inflicting them upon the galaxy at large. Now then. He looks at you, his mouth twisted upwards, and to the closest approximation of a smile you've seen him adopt. Let's take a look at that ray gun, shall we? You hand it over and he scuttles back with it deeper into the lab. You expect to be waiting a while, but as it turns out, it's only a few minutes before the doctor returns. A trivial procedure, he says smugly, noting your surprise at his speed. I've adjusted its targeting parameters to function on Dr. Badger. It would be less powerful than it would have been on its original target, there were all sorts of quantum entanglements set up for that poor character that I have neither the time nor the inclination to replicate against Dr. Badger, but it will still be more than enough to put a stop to her perverted research and allow me to legitimately advance science and peace. Legitimately. There should be air quotes around that legitimately. He gives the gun back to you. Now, if you would kindly go over and use it on her, both I and the universe at large would be very much obligated. Oh, one last thing, and I cannot stress this enough. Never ever tell me how you experienced the results. He shudders visibly, apparently picturing it for a moment involuntarily. Stowing the weapon away again, you nod, looking like you're ready to turn the tables on Dr. Badger. Alright, let's go see what this bad boy can do. I have no idea what that is, but I don't care. Dr. Badger. Hee. Okay, the doctor looks up as you enter, currently busy pouring through another seemingly innocuous pile of mechanical trash. Well, if it isn't my only repeat customer. She pauses for a moment as she considers this. Wow, I have a really terrible business plan. For a moment, it looks like she might be genuinely concerned, but soon she shrugs and continues happily. Oh well, you gotta love what you do. So, here to do more shopping? I've still got those little happy pills in stock. They can't be beat if you want to live a little. Before we zap her, let's see what she's got. I don't think I want anything that she has. That doesn't seem like a good thing for me to have right now. I prefer to keep my body less tentacly. So let's zap her. Or can I sell something? Nope, can't sell shit. So, zap. Dr. Badger looks up at you as you walk over to her. So then, she asks, is it done? Is the good officer happy and obedient rather than a potential obstacle? You smile coyly. Actually, I wanted to clear something up with you first. Remember when you asked if I was a hero? She visibly tenses up, her eyes narrowing, but she's curious enough with where you're going with this to let you continue. Yes? Well, I thought I'd show you what a hero is really like. In one swift movement, you pull out the ray gun, pointing it squarely at her center mass and pull the trigger. A bright blue shield flares up instantly in front of her. But the soft pink beam of the ray gun seems to go straight through, bathing Dr. Badger's body in its warm glow. After the brief moment of reactive shock, Dr. Badger grins, clearly amused. Oh dear, she says mockingly. Here I was thinking you were coming at me with something serious. Something that would be worth me burning out an emergency shield generator to defend against. But instead, what? You thought you'd just try to shoot me with the gun I gave you? The one that I'm pretty sure I told you wouldn't work on anyone but my target? That is not a smart move. A confused expression crosses her face quickly, but she shakes it off as she advances on you with a threatening grin. So now I've got to show you how I deal with insubordinate, being double-crossed. She's right up next to you now, and you've kept the warm pink beam from the ray gun on her this whole time. Feeling a little bit off, you tease. Thoughts of your elaborate revenge not coming quite so quick anymore? Only just now realizing that you should have made your shield block your own gun if you were going to give it away when there is a whole universe of people smart enough to reprogram it? That was definitely not a smart move. Grimacing, she pulls back one fist to prepare a powerful punch, but before she can bring it forward, again, her already large chest jumps outward by a full cup size. Wow. And the unexpected wave of sensation that provokes drives her to her knees. She tries to speak, but it takes a while to get words out as her lips start to expand, quickly becoming big and plump. Well, shit, she says eventually. I guess you win this round. You grab her chin, pulling her muzzle up to look at you directly, keeping the beam aimed at the rest of her body all the while. Oh, I think I've won more than just one round, you hiss. I think this particular victory might last for some time. She whimpers as she falls backwards into a sitting position. Looks like she's pretty much at your mercy. This is not going to be safe for kids, so I'm just going to skip over this part real quick, okay? Okay, so... Sweet, we got some credits. She gave you is used up now, and you're pretty sure you don't know anyone else who would be able to charge it back up. You toss it aside, leaving it behind in one of the many piles of random stuff in the lab. There's someone I want to meet. If we can remotely find them. There we go. Read message. You hear a woman's voice filled with desperation as something explodes behind her. Is that gunfire? Mayday, mayday, this is the Phoenix. To anyone who can hear me. I'm under attack. They've boarded, cut the controls. I'm pinned down, running out of ammo. For God's sake, send help. Let's go help her. Blah, blah, blah. You guys can read that. Computer. You approach the computer console and it springs to life before you can lay a hand on it. A blue hollow projection flickers to life from the screen, coalescing into the form of a tiny fairy fluttering on ghostly butterfly wings. Your comm pings, and a voice shouts into your ear. Oh, thank God, you're not a pirate. Please, you have to help us. Calm down, Before you can finish speaking, the fairy holographic avatar sizzles and pops as the computer console sparks, overloading with the rest of the ship's systems. Shit. Sorry, the now disembodied voice says into your comm. If you're here to help, please, you have to get to the bridge and turn the shields on. That'll stop the atmosphere from venting and might buy us some time against the pirate ship weapons. Who are you? My name is Valoria. The disembodied voice says, I'm Captain N. Ilia's personal AI. I handle the Phoenix's main routines, but the pirates have severed my control. We have to get to the bridge so we can regain control of the ship, please. Alright, let's go and deal with this. It's fairly cramped, clearly a solo operation. The captain's chair is large, and plus sitting in the shadow of the biggest pair of fuzzy dice you've ever seen, standing from the top of the view screen. Okay. Interesting. Shields. There's the button, the disembodied AI says. A moment passes as she tries to point out Sans body. The big green one under the fuzzy dice. Right, you say, pressing the button. Nothing happens. The AI groans, half thinking and half panicking. Pirates must have shorted the system out when they hit us. Oh no, okay. The flux coupling behind the bulkhead and the captain's quarters. Come on, we can reroute the power from there. Flux coupling. As the AI behests, you yank off one of the wall panels, giving yourself access to the wiring inside. Okay, just reach inside and pull out the red wires. Not the green wires, and definitely not the blue wires. What do the blue wires do? That's life support for the rest of the ship. The parts that still have it. Alright, simple enough. You reach your hand inside the panel and are immediately rewarded with a nasty shock. You recoil, wagging your shocked hand around until it stops hurting. Ow, you'll need something else to rewire the ship. I think I know where this is going. Big plastic, this might actually work out in your favor. Ugh. That's been places, man. That's been places. This is the worst idea and the best idea. You take out the life-size dildo and poke it into the exposed wiring, angling it towards the clamp of red wires deep inside. With a little finesse, you're able to wrangle the massive plastic dong into the component and batter the red wires down, tearing them out with what the dildo's manufacturer's probably labeled as... yeah, let's just move on from that. Either way, you hear the rip of wires coming out and the lights flicker off overhead. That'll do it. The AI cheers in what is clear a verbal fist pump as you batter down some of the secondary systems. Now let's try the shields again. Shields! You press the shield control button again. This time you're rewarded with a roaring sound from the back of the ship and several panels in the cockpit shorting out, showering you in sparks. Through the view screen, you're rewarded with the sight of bright orange energy wrapping around the cockpit, spreading out from the emitters overhead and enveloping the wreck of the Phoenix. You did it! No more pirates are getting aboard while the shields are up. If we're lucky, their ship won't risk firing on us again while their crew is on board. Thank God for you, Miss. Now let's rescue Captain Ellen Ilya. Just as she says it, though, you're nearly thrown off your feet as an explosion rocks the Phoenix. You grab the headrest, trying to steady yourself as the ship suddenly shudders and rocks. The shield's barely holding. I guess not. We have to hurry. Okay, before doing this, I'm going to do a quick save, because this can go one of two ways very fast. There we go. We're going to be fighting we're going to be fighting 3 of them, and unlike in the one I had to fight the 2 wasp men, for the first time, this is a 3v2 fight, and each one of them works independent. Unlike the other one where the wasp boys work, where the wasp males work at the same time, these guys work independently of each other. By the way, I will now be making extra saves. Like, I will be making backup saves onto my laptop to make sure that even if I do lose my saves again through whatever it uses to do the normal saves, I will still have my backup saves on my computer. So let's try a melee attack on Pirate A. Okay, let's try. That on Pirate A. I couldn't get him, and my little buddy barely did anything. Another melee attack on Pirate A. Boy, Pirate A falls to the ground defeated. Dang it. Okay, specialize. Deflector. There goes my shields again. Pirate B. There goes my shields again, and I might die. I have nothing to help me. B. Pirate B's down. Okay, I wasn't the one attacked. Victory! Dun, 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 dun. I have no idea how we survived that. I really don't. Look at my health points. I have 5. How the fuck did I survive that? The last pirate drops under your combined assault, and the din of gunfire dies down. You blink. You blink hard, your ears ringing from so much fire in such tight quarters. Checking to make sure the pirates are down for the count. You lower your fist and make your way over to the captain, who's slumped down to the floor, clutching at her side. When you step up to her, though, you're greeted with a face full of hammer pistol. Over the iron sights, you finally get a look at the captain herself. She's tall and well built, with hips and breasts that strain against the confines of her torn up jeans and vest. Her long red hair sports a pair of cute little cat ears poking up from the top of her head, and a pair of large fluffy tails are splayed out behind her, curling under one of her legs. Blah blah blah. Okay, pretty much we defeated the pirates. She doesn't look like she's in good condition. And let's go talk to her. Nope, nope, blah, blah, blah. Alright, we need to go down. Flirt. Oh my god. So what's a cute sprite like yourself doing here anyway. Amusingly, Valeria's avatar flushes a darker shade of blue. Well, you know, I'm just a little companion AI, she says, shuffling her feet on the hollow platform. Nothing special. Oh, that's adorable. Captain. So you think Captain Sandra will be alright? I've been with her since she was little. I hope she makes it through this, but her arm, yeah, that'll look bad. Alright, let's do this. Engines. What do we have to do? Approaching the engines and dust off the manual control panel, the power reading is flashing a great big 0. From the hollow platform near the elevator, Valeria says, okay, I'm spooling up the engine now. The power converters are on manual reset, however. You'll need to guide the power into the sweet spot without going too far over, or I'll have to activate emergency shutdown and you'll have to start over. We need to hit 45%. Please hurry. Ion chamber does 22, 38. Aha! I remembered it. Alright, let's head on up. Pretty much he thanks us for saving her. Yeah, if I'm correct, the only time that you can ever run across that is if you're heading to Tavro Station. So, hooray, we saved her. But I'm at my limit now. I'm probably over by now. But either way, thank you all so much for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. And if you did enjoy this, please hit that like button. Please leave a comment down below. I very much appreciate it. Also, if you wouldn't mind, check out my channel. I'm sure you might find some more things you enjoy. If you do find more things that you enjoy, you should definitely hit that subscribe button to stay up to date on all my current and future videos. Either way, though, I hope to be seeing you further down the rabbit hole next time. See ya.